Awesome. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to all our great friends over in the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. It's Free Gift Friday, and you know what that means. That means we have a wonderful guest, one of our Ladies Power Lunch members, who's joining us. She's going to tell us a little bit about her business. She's going to share with us about any programs or anything that she has upcoming. But in addition to that, it's a perfect opportunity for you to be a Free Gift Friday winner. Here's how it works, though. You have to be in it to win it. And so I'm just going to tell you right off the top, if you're watching over in Facebook land, please post a comment in the chat. If you don't post a comment, I won't know that you're there. And so please just post a comment in the chat. Let us know that you're there. And that gets you entered into the grand prize drawing. And for those of you who know April, you know when she brings a prize, she brings a prize. So this is going to be a wonderful conversation. Welcome, everybody. Before we get started introducing our special guest today, I'd love to also acknowledge the amazing folks who've joined us over here in our Zoom studios. Hi, Christy. And also want to say a special hi to partner in crime, Barb Pritchard. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Christy, would you just take a moment to very briefly introduce yourself, say who you are, what it is you do. Once you're done, I'm going to invite Barb to hop on, and then April, you can share with us all the things. Go ahead, Christy.
Thank you, Dr. Davia. Hi, I'm Christy Borst, and I'm joining you from Southern Maine. I am a spiritual energy healer and soul guide, and my business is Healing Resonance with Christy Borst. So you can check me out on Facebook if you'd like, but I'm so happy to be here and see April's goodies, and I love crystals too, so she speaks my language.
Language that is crystals. It's so funny. This morning, we had on our show Jackie Baldwin, and of course, we were talking about finances, you know, the hard stuff. How did the conversation end up in crystals and essential oils and ice cream? We'll never know. You'll have to watch that episode to figure that one out. But it's really nice that you're able to join us today, Christy. Hey, Barb, joining us all the way from Texas. Can you share with us who you are and what it is that you're doing?
Hello, my friends. Hello, LPL fam. I'm Barb Pritchard, CEO of Infinity Brand Design. I'm hanging out from Funky Town, Texas. Y'all, it's just Fort Worth. It's just Fort Worth. I am just here to help support my dear friend April and Dr. Davia, and I'm so excited to hang out here with Christy too. I've been seeing you in the circle, so it's good to connect. And yeah, I'm glad to learn about these crystals. I love April's work. I'm always wearing her goodness. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Barb. And now, drum roll, please. The moment we have all been waiting for. May I please introduce my dear friend and yours, and also one of our returning Ladies Power Lunch Summit sponsors, April Brown. April, welcome. Can you tell us who you are and what it is that you do?
Sure. Well, April Goff Brown, and most of you know me, I believe, through April B Jewelry that I started 4 years ago, creating jewelry using natural crystals. And in the last year, I branched out into some gifts, as you'll all see if you come to the summit in the swag bag, because there's a gift there for you that I've done. And I'm also in transition. I think if you're an entrepreneur, you're in transition a lot. There's always some new things coming along. And I'm so glad that Barb is here because she is working with me to help design the transition. And so I think what I will do is announce that we now at least have a name, and the new business that will link crystals with card reading is called the Sage Goddess. Okay. And where I'm thrilled, it's going to be just fabulous to be able to blend some of these things that I really, really love. So I want to share a little bit about all of that with you today.
That's wonderful. You know, I feel like this blends perfectly with what is our upcoming summit. It's called, of which, of course, April is one of our summit sponsors. Our upcoming Ladies Power Lunch Fall Summit is called Grow Smarter, Be the Beacon. And part of being the beacon is providing the goods and services that your audience needs right now. So maybe what they needed last year, or maybe even what they're going to be needing 2 years from now might be different. But what's the thing that you can tune into that they are needing right now? And I love that you've tailored your offerings to offer different things that people are needing. So tell us a little bit more, April, about what it is that you do and what your offerings are.
Okay, so within, as I build this new brand, I'm working a little bit more with an April B Jewelry to broaden some of the things that I do. So besides the bracelets and the other jewelry, I am going to be providing a series of crystal education. So it's called Sacred Stone Stories. It will be on Tuesdays beginning October 5th. And over the 6 weeks in each session, we'll talk about a category of crystals. And so the first one, for example, will be on the love crystals. And so I'm expecting that to be a lot of fun. There are people ask all the time, well, I don't know which ones I should be choosing, or gee, there's so many things that you learn about it that it gets conflicting and confusing. And so where do I begin? So that is one place to begin. The other thing that I've done, if anyone is interested, is this little card deck here. And this is, I decided as I was waiting for you, Davia, that we would do 2 raffles. And so this is the second one, which is this card deck, which has information about various crystals, and on the back of it, an affirmation that goes with the crystals. So that may also be a tool to help you figure out what crystals might be good for you. So that kind of broadened a little bit from just the jewelry that I had been doing for the last 4 years.
Awesome. I am wondering, a lot of people like crystals, maybe have some passing attachment to crystals. Maybe they just like them because they're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
When you see us and you see us looking at crystals kind of with hesitation, if you could reach your arms out and hug us all and just give us some advice about crystals, what would be the biggest thing you'd want us to know?
I think, you know, I'm put something together called 5 Easy Ways to Choose Your Crystals. And one of them really and truly is, in looking at this, what are you drawn to? Is it the color? Is it the shape? And what I found is that oftentimes what you're drawn to is what you need at that particular time. So for example, my favorite color has been aqua, teal. It's in my brand. It'll be in the new brand. I'm wearing it today, my glasses. I mean, this is just my color. And in drawing to it, the first crystal that I was drawn to was aquamarine. And as I learned more about it, it's part of, it's linked to the throat chakra and effective communication. And while I realized that, yeah, you know, when I would train people and do speaking in my previous life, I did that well, but where I would get stuck sometimes is getting my needs known. That I might just sit and just go off and just sit there and pout instead of telling my husband, for example, what I really needed, or being able to share with him in a way that was gentle and thoughtful, and so that we could really begin to communicate. And I wore an aquamarine bracelet every day for 3 years. And it has been amazing that it reminded me of thinking first, taking that breath, thinking first, and then getting my needs known. And it has been amazing how that has improved for me anyway, being sure that I'm able to speak what I need. So, you know, I think it's, part of me says, find what you're drawn to. It could be a favorite color, or it could just be the color of the moment. I'm finding I'm getting drawn more to some of the warmer oranges and yellows, which is very unusual because that was not in my color palette at all. But when I read what the stones are and some of the meanings behind them, it's making perfect sense because the energy I need today is that. Goes right back to what you said, that what our customers need today is different than last year and maybe different than next year.
Absolutely. So if we're gonna, oh, it's 1:11. How lovely. Great time for us to have this particular question. If
Okay.
we're getting involved with choosing a crystal, I love that you mentioned that the aquamarine was helpful for you. I'm wearing right now a tourmaline necklace. I don't know if everybody can see it, but it's right here. And, you know, for helping to just keep my chakras clear of energy that is not my own. And, you know, I know about crystals because I have chosen to learn a little bit more about it. What would you say are some of the do's and don'ts for those of us who might have some interest in crystals? How can we learn more? What are the do's and don'ts of learning more about crystals?
There is a lot of information online as well as books. And I've come to rely on just a particular few websites because I'm finding that their information is fairly consistent. So one of those, you know, so it's one of the do's is if you want to learn about it, don't try to go through 10 websites to find it. If you get to like 3, you'll find some commonalities among that. And that helps. And even in reading some of the descriptions, I have found some of the descriptions are really, really long. And use your intuition to pull out the phrase or the word that works for you at that particular time. So like for instance, Carnelian is a stone that is good for creatives, for artists, for taking bold action. And we'll be using it in our brand. And what I'm looking at it for is that it is also said to help boost our self-confidence. And so when you find the phrase that resonates with you as you look at the description of the stone, to me, that works. Okay, because now when I look at my carnelian, I'm going to be looking, okay, April, keep your confidence up there. You know, you can do this. And sometimes you got to do that self-talk kind of thing. So that might be, that's one of the ways to do it. There's a couple of books a woman named Judy Hall has written, which are really the crystal Bibles. I have two volumes of hers, and it's a go-to source as well. So find just a couple of resources and then use those and allow your intuition to pull out the information that works for you.
Use your intuition to pull the information that works for you. I love that. I'm a big fan of tuning into your intuition. So you're saying all the things that make perfect sense to me, but a lot of people don't really know, okay, so now I have these crystals. What do I do next? I mean, I have this little piece of, I want to say it's a clear quartz sitting on my desk, and it's sort of like a little wand, even though it's a tiny wand. And I have some ideas of how I can use it in my different interactions. But can you give us some suggestions about how we can use the crystals that we actually have to best effect?
So I'll of course promote wearing them.
Of course.
I never take mine off. They go through the shower, through the housework, through sleeping, all of that. So mine are on 24/7. And some of them, like I said, I would wear for 2 to 3 years at a time. I've moved into, and so I changed them. So that's one way. There are some crystals that are good for calming the overactive mind, like blue lace agate or howlite. Lepidolite is one of those. And so if sleeping is a challenge for you, you might want to have that under your pillow or on the table by your bedside for that calming energy. Looking at blue lace agate, for example, is just so soothing and calm. It's a pretty baby blue color. And so there are people that will do that. There are others like you. I keep crystals on my desk and they vary. I have black tourmaline on my desk, for example, because it's a grounding crystal. And it repels negative energy. And so I keep that, yes, to your tourmaline necklace. So I keep that with me by my computer, right, so I can see it all the time, but it helps dissipate. And selenite's another one of those that just as a clearing crystal. So it's knowing what it's for. And then some are great to have. They're like yellow calcite, I was learning, since it's going to be part of my brand, is really good for the memory. And it's a great crystal for students. So if you're taking a class or you're having to take a quiz for a certification, have some of that yellow calcite with you, even if it's, I don't have a lot of it, but I have my box of bees, and so I can keep that right there with me when I take my course quizzes. So it's knowing what it's for, and then oftentimes those sites will suggest how you can use it. There are people who look at crystal grids, and I've not done those, but you know, I have them, like I said, I have them here, keeping it by your bed, wearing them. Moonstone, for instance, is a great crystal for traveling, particularly if you got to travel at night. So keep a little piece of moonstone in your pocket if you've got to get on an airplane to go somewhere like you are in October, Barb. You've got your moonstone with you, so it's good for your traveling. So it's those are different ways that I would know.
So I would say that the crystals that are in the bracelets and that sort of thing, they're reasonably small. Do crystals have to reach a certain size in order for them to have the maximum effect?
No, they don't. There is some thinking that the rough crystals, so for example, my piece of clear quartz right here on the desk, that with the rough and then with the points may have more energy than the smooth round crystals of the beads. But they don't have to be any size or whatnot, because if they had to be really big, we don't look. Because
it would be, my necklace would be a lot heavier.
That's right. That's right. So it doesn't need to be. I think it's in wearing it. I know with the card reading, we have rituals and stuff, and so the same thing is in putting on. And I've got a clear quartz crystal on now, but in putting it on is just, you know, even just a silent little prayer to be with me today and you know, protect me, or you know, with the moonstone I'm traveling, just, you know, to protect me as I make this journey. So I think that is plenty to be able to for the energy of the crystals. The other is not to, like, I have mine and I don't let people really touch them. Because if they do absorb energy, you don't want somebody else's energy in your crystal. Otherwise, you got to clear it all over again. So to keep your crystals just for you. And if somebody did touch, I keep a selenite plate, which is a little octagon of selenite. And so I might put that crystal on the plate by a window for 24 hours just to release that energy as well. So if they're yours, and you only want your energy in it.
I like that you were very specific about reminding us about that. We do have quite a few questions here for you, so I'm going to hope that we can get through everything that we want to get through. But another question that's showing up is that, how do you clear the crystals? And you started to talk a little bit about using a selenite plate, and that's really an effective way, are there any other ways, if you don't have one of those, that you can keep your crystals energetically clean?
The most popular way is to put them out in a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And let the moon energy. So if you can find a way to either leave them outside or in a window where the full moon is coming in is one way. There are those who say, water, but not all crystals can be wet. Selenite, for example, is a crystal that can start to dissolve if it gets wet. So I think to me, is either the moonlight or the using of selenite or having the selenite with it. And you can find those plates almost anywhere, and they're really inexpensive. I also have a bowl, a selenite bowl that I can put my crystals in as well. So those are by far the most popular ways of doing it.
Yeah, I just had a thought that perhaps there's an opportunity, and maybe not, but perhaps there's an opportunity for you to make a little storage container made out of selenite as an item on your website, so people can purchase their selenite container for storing their crystals when they take them off in the evenings or whatever. Just a thought. I have a question from Celeste. And obviously, Celeste, we're going to buy our crystals from April, but she's really nervous, and I can see how that would be a concern about a lot of these online stores that are selling crystals. And what on earth are they really? Are they really what they say they are, or are they plastic things masquerading as crystals?
Yeah, we need to be careful with that. As I was looking for some, I do a lot of my shopping online. I have some trusted vendors through Etsy. Even when I was searching for peridot this morning, I had to be careful that it wasn't peridot jade, which is jade that's been dyed to look like peridot. Or with carnelian, that there was carnelian quartz. It was quartz that was dyed to look like carnelian. So just to be really cautious about the words, for example, many of the crystals are heat treated. It's not a bad thing. What that does is it brings out the color. For example, a lot of citrine that's out there is really heat treated amethyst because they're both quartz. And the heat treatment brings out the yellow because true citrine is harder to find, or natural colors. So if the color is often too bright, it might be that it's dyed or it's been heat treated. So looking for a lot of them that pop up, I will ignore. I look through, I have just a few vendors that I use on Etsy. And so Celeste, if you message me, I can share those with you, or I can put them in the Facebook group afterwards, that I have felt the quality has been good.
There was another, thank you so much. That's really, really helpful, because I have a particular affinity for tiger's eye. It's a stone that has been passed down through generations in my family, and I'm always looking for quality tiger's eye stones to just have around for no apparent reason. And you always kind of wonder, like, are these really the stones that you're looking for? Are they in some way altered or manufactured? I have another question that's popping up for you in the chat. People are ready to place orders with you, and they want to know if you ship, because remember, our community is national and also international. So can you share with us about your shipping?
I do. So I ship via the U.S. Postal Service. I always recommend tracking, and it's generally not expensive. It might be like $3 for it with the tracking. If it's an order that's $50 or more, shipping is free.
Okay.
So if you were to go to my website and purchase bracelets, most likely the shipping is free. So, that's a good thing. And it generally arrives within 2 or 3 days. I've shipped not only United States, I've shipped to Canada, and that is of course more, but it gets there within a few days. So I've been happy with our postal service, the way they've been able to deliver my packages.
That's wonderful. And it's nice to know that it's tracked. So we know
Yes.
at every stage of the development exactly where it's going
Right.
to be. We have one last question
Mhm.
before I invite you to share about your upcoming programs, but people are very excited about your item that is in our Ladies Power Lunch swag boxes. And they want to know what are the crystals that are a part of the swag boxes and what do they symbolize?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked, because when I decided to do this and I saw the term "be the beacon," the first thing that came to mind was citrine, because citrine, with its yellow and it's a light and it's a beacon and it's joy and optimism, and we've got to have that joy and optimism to do what we're going to do. So citrine is in there. I added pyrite because it's a stone of prosperity and abundance. And if we're in this, we want to prosper. And so I put that. Azurite, it was the first time I've used it. It's a beautiful stone that's kind of greens and blues together, but it's to be open to new ideas. And when I was thinking about that and thinking about your book, Grow Smarter, it's filled with new ideas of how we need to do business differently. Appetite is there, and it's about manifesting your dreams into reality, and that's what entrepreneurs do. Looking at that gorgeous book cover that Barb designed, and there was some purple in there, and I chose amethyst because it's about quieting the mind in order to tap into your intuition, so that because you know when it is right. And then I didn't have a butterfly, but I had a dragonfly, which is a symbol of
similar transformation symbol. That's perfectly fine.
So that's what's in there. And there is a card that will tell you that in the swag box. But I was so excited because it is so on brand for all of this, and it is so meaningful.
I'm excited for everybody who's going to be receiving one of these swag boxes. If you haven't as yet gotten your ticket for Ladies Power Lunch Fall Summit, Grow Smarter, Be the Beacon, why haven't you? And also, Christy is going to be on the program. Barb is going to be on the program. April is a sponsor of the program. Why would you not be a part of a wonderful day of us just raising our vibrations? Because this is how we raise the vibration of the planet. It's one beacon at a time. Am I right? This is going to be wonderful. You do an amazing job of this creative process. I'm always so amazed by people who are creative because my creativity does not flow in that way. And I know that you do sessions with people to actually make personalized jewelry based on what their personal needs are. Can you say a little bit more about your personal guidance readings?
Sure. And what's great is that that is the free gift for today. It is, yes, I'm so excited to do this. So the free gift is a personal guidance reading. It will be with either the Angel Wisdom Tarot cards or one of the Oracle decks that I have. And as we have that conversation during the reading, what I'm finding is certain crystals pop into my head based on the kind of things that show up. And so it will either be a bracelet that has multiple stones on it that we choose together, or it'll be one of the solid color stones, bracelets like I have here that just fit. So for example, I did one recently and it was all about a relationship. And all I could see was rose quartz, rhodonite. It was all the pink stones. And so that's the bracelet that that woman needed at that particular time. So sometimes it's really clear and other times we'll have some conversation. But that is the free gift for somebody who is listening today.
That's so wonderful. I think we should get right into it. Let's choose today's Free Gift Friday winner. So I invite you to please choose a number, April, between 1 and 20.
13. Lucky.
This is outstanding. Our Free Gift Friday winner today is lucky number 13, Celeste Hartwell. And Celeste was one of the
Wonderful.
people who had quite a few questions in the chat. So I think that's going to be a really great opportunity for her to have a conversation with you one-on-one. So congratulations, Celeste. Outstanding.
Congratulations.
I really am looking forward to perhaps sitting with you at some time to talk to you about not just, crystals, but also the card readings that you do. And you have a giveaway that's for everybody today as well, do you? 5 ways.
Will depend on how many we have.
Let's see. How many of those did you want to give away? Because we can choose a second winner.
Let's choose a second winner.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
So
Let's choose
choose
a
a number
second
for
winner.
me between 1 and 20.
That is not 13.
That is not 13.
So how about 4?
And our lucky winner is Christy Borst, who has joined us today over here on the Zoom. I'm so excited. There are no accidents. All is happening in exactly the way that it should. We're, running so low on time. We're actually over time right now. But before you go, can you just give us information about how we can connect with you, how we can enjoy the beautiful crystals that you offer, and also take advantage of the additional services that you are providing?
Sure. So you can message me through Facebook through Ladies Power Lunch is fine. I do have a Facebook group now called the Intuitive Sage Goddess Circle, and certainly to join that so that you will know everything that is going on as we unveil it. My email, I'm certainly happy to give it to you. It's my initials, AGB427@gmail. And my website, aprilbjewelry.com, and you can email me through there, send messages, or look at the fabulous jewelry.
Thank you so much for joining us, ladies. Thank you to everybody who joined us over on Facebook. Thank you, April, for being such a strong supporter of Ladies Power Lunch. And I have some information for you, April. Barb, take it away.
Hi again. Okay, so we did a contest it was a scavenger hunt for Grow Smarter to win a free ticket to Grow Smarter Be the Beacon, right? And we have a winner to announce. Are we ready?
Drum roll, drum roll.
April, you win the free ticket to Grow Smarter.
I think I let that cat out of the bag ahead of time. So it was hilarious because the contest was supposed to run for a full week. And I think probably within the first 5 minutes of us posting the contest, the very first person to come up with the perfect answer to our question that we put out was April. You got to be in it to win it, guys. So for our next contest, we'll be posting that really, really soon. I invite you all to just keep your eyes on the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group, because I always want things to be fun. I want us to certainly get some buzz going around the Ladies Power Lunch Fall Summit, Grow Smarter, Be the Beacon. But let's face it, if it's not fun, I'm out. So let's make this fun. Let's make this exciting. Let's have a great time and watch out to see the next fun thing that we have rolling out in your direction. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Congratulations, Christy. Congratulations to all our winners today. And I'll see you guys on the next show. Bye.
Bye, friends.